So this is a Databricks job that I set up last night that just succeeded in running. And what it does is absolutely crazy. It refreshes a semantic model using an enhanced API request. And as you can see, it ran successfully. And the Databricks job that submitted that enhanced API request did it using a built-in Databricks job task. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to configure that task. But first, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button and subscribing, it would mean a lot. All right, let's jump into the computer and let's start to set things up. Now, I've already clearly set up the connection between my Databricks free account and Microsoft Power BI. But let's start from the beginning and let me show you how you can go ahead and do it on your own. So I'm going to go to portal.azure.com and we're going to start here by registering a application. And this application is going to be a service principal that we can use to connect to Microsoft Power BI. So if we go over here to all applications, you can see the service principal that I created. And I named it Power BI underscore refresh underscore app. You can create an app of your own by clicking new registration and then typing in a name, leaving this setting fine, just as is, and then hitting the register button. Once you have this app configured, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go into manage it, then API permissions, and then go ahead and grant it the delegated dataset read write all setting. And you can do that by clicking the add permission button, going to Power BI service, clicking delegated permissions, and then searching for dataset. Okay, once you have this application ready, you now need to create a Active Directory or an Entra group to put that application in. So you can do that by going to groups, then going to new group, giving your group a name, giving your group a brief description if you want to, setting yourself or your team as an owner by clicking this button, and then adding the application as a member by searching for it. So like in this case, I searched for Power BI refresh app. Okay, now that you have that group created, so for example, I've created one called Power BI refresh underscore two. It should look something like this. It should have one owner, which should be yourself or your team, and then it should have a total member of your Power BI refresh app. Okay. At this point, let's go back into that application, then go back to all applications, and then go to Power BI refresh app. And by the way, if you don't have groups or app registrations easily accessible, you can get them by clicking the search bar and then searching for app registration or by searching for groups. All right. Now we're going to jump into Microsoft Power BI. So I already have Power BI open right here. In the workspace that you're going to use the service principal in, which needs to be in premium capacity, you now need to click Manage Access, and then you need to search for the group that the service principal is in and set it up as an admin. So here's that group, Power BI Refresh 2, and I've given it admin status. And you can do that by just clicking this button right here and then searching for the group name and then changing the permissions by clicking this drop down and then clicking Add. All right. It's now time to go into the Microsoft Fabric admin settings where we're going to grant service principals the ability to use the Microsoft Fabric APIs. So we're going to click this little gear button right up here. We're then going to go down to admin portal, and then we're going to search for service principal, right? And I'm searching in the wrong place. So we're going to go here and we're going to search for service. And at this point, we can now go down to developer settings. And then under this section right here where it says service principals can call Fabric public APIs, we're going to turn that on. We're going to select four specific security groups, and then we're going to put that same security group back in and then hit apply. Just a fair warning, sometimes it can take like 10 minutes all the way up. I was going to take up to 24 hours for those settings to kick in. So if that's a frustrating experience for you, I feel it. But this is what you have to do. Okay. Once you have this group added in, it's now time to jump on over into Databricks. In Databricks, what we're going to do is we're going to create a new job. And jobs can have triggers and they can have all kinds of tasks and they can orchestrate things in Databricks. But right now, we're just going to be creating a task to refresh Power BI. So we're going to click this add another task type, and then we're going to scroll down and we're going to select Power BI. Once we have Power BI selected, we're going to give it a task. So in this case, test. We're going to set it to Power BI. We're going to give it a SQL warehouse, and then we're going to select a Power BI connection. Now, I've already created a connection, but for this purposes, I'm going to create a secondary connection to the same service principal. So I'm going to click Setup Connection. I'm going to give that connection a name of PBI2. I'm then going to give it a connection type of Microsoft Power BI. On auth type, I'm going to go OAuth, machine to machine, and I'm going to hit Next. Now, this is going to ask for a tenant right here, a client ID, and a client secret. So I hope you still have your Power BI app, your Service Principal app open in Azure. But if you don't, navigate back into it. Your client ID is going to be right here. Your tenant ID is just your tenant ID. So we're going to copy that and we're going to go back into Databricks, over here, and we're going to paste it right here. And then we need to generate a secret. Now, secrets expire, but you can create them in an app by clicking secrets and certificates and then clicking new client secret, entering a description, and then selecting when you want it to expire. Once that is ready, you then will have the ability to essentially copy the secret value out, and you want to paste it over here into this client secret box, and then go ahead and hit create connection. And then it'll bring you to this success screen right here with this successful message. All right, it's now time to return to your Databricks job task. So we now have a connection to select. So I'm going to refresh this just so we can pick up on that new connection. And I'm going to go back and I'm going to switch this back into Microsoft Power BI, and then I now have my new connection, which is Power BI 2, and I can now select a workspace, which as you can see is the workspace that I've granted my service principal admin access to, and then I can select a Power BI semantic model. Now at this point, it's set to the Power BI query mode as direct query, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change this to import, and then I'm going to hit save task. Now you might notice, and oops, I got to give it a name. You might notice there's a lot of additional refresh settings here. And you can read about those settings off this Databricks documentation, which I'll link down below in the video description. And I just realized I did not tell it to update specific tables. So I'm going to go right here and I'm going to click just refresh model. I'm going to hit save task. And that way, hopefully it will refresh the entire model. And then I'm going to hit run just to test run this task and run over here. Now, what we should see in Microsoft Power BI and in Databricks is we should see a success message pop open in Databricks. So let's wait for that. We have 12 seconds left. So hopefully this will say success. And there we go, successfully triggered refresh. And if we go now into Microsoft Power BI, what we should now see is a successfully refreshed data set, which we did look 10:31 at 9:38 p.m. So hopefully this video was helpful and you have now set up a connection between Databricks and Microsoft Power BI. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions. And again, if you enjoyed this video and made it this far, maybe subscribe and give it a like. Thanks for watching.